What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 10-7 MMA show. We are back. Not only are we back, we're actually both in Vegas right now. So we're back live from Vegas. I was supposed to go to cardio kickboxing today, and I did not make it because we were up a little late last night. And honestly, I kind of punked out. But I'm on like 4 hours sleep. I didn't sleep very much because I had to get up at 9, and I feel terrible. So anyways, yeah, I'm 0 for 2 now in 2 days, not training at Extreme Couture. That was kind of part of the reason why I came, but it's all good. We got some other things exciting too that are happening right now. We got Lance Regenball out there training with Justin. He came in from Montana, and that's pretty cool. He's a fusion fighter, a rising star, a potential superstar in the UFC one day in the flyweight division. So that's been pretty cool. How'd training go today with Lance?
Hold on, you broke up. What'd you say?
I said, how did training go today with Lance?
Oh, good. I mean, today's kind of an easier day. I mean, we had a hard practice, but yesterday he got thrown in the gauntlet. Got spinning elbowed right in the mouth. He had a good. I mean, that's what he's here for. You know, get his ass whooped. I mean, it's the realization of the levels of the game. You know, I mean, he's a big fish in a small pond in Montana, and coming out here, you know, it's level up, man, and he's going to take a lot of great things and a lot of great training methods and a lot of great techniques back, and then it's going to help evolve his gym as well.
Yeah, and
he's a great coach. I love Dave. I mean, Dave's at all the fusion fights.
Yeah,
you know, he's a great guy. He's a great coach, and I think, you know, when guys like Regenball, you know, come out here and see, like, you can take it back and again help the team, help the coach. It's rising tide raises all ships.
Yeah. You know, something really cool that Lance told me yesterday. I mean, I was like tripping out about it, but he's saying he was sparring with Manel Kopp. And so at first he's like, yeah, I was like, did you meet anybody cool? Or was like, yeah.
I think he sparred with a black guy that looked like Manel Kopp. Manel Kopp was there for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought
I might be mistaken. I mean, I watched most of his rounds, but there was other rounds I was watching as well.
Okay, well, dang it. Now that I guess my bubble might be potentially burst. But if he did spar with Manel Kopp, that's pretty
cool. He definitely could. There's still Tuesday too.
Yeah. True. Well, anyways, what a legend. And what he did say, if that was Manel Kopp, he said Manel Kopp was super cool. And he said he was like an amazing sparring partner, but he was very like, he was teaching him. He wasn't going too hard. So if it was Manel is a legend. He should get props for that, being a really good sparring partner for an amateur fighter that came to pro sparring and wanted to learn. So
I really think it was Tayshawn that he was sparring with.
Okay, maybe it was Tayshawn. Fine. Tayshawn, then you're a legend.
Because Tayshawn head kicked him about 4 times, but like pulled it every time. He landed his shin on his head, but with no power. And the way he was setting it up, I'm pretty sure it was. But regardless, Manel Kopp was there. He was there, and maybe he'll get it around on Tuesday.
All right, cool. All right. Well, we have some fun topics today, some really fun topics, some crazy topics. There's one topic that's on here that I wasn't going to cover. We haven't made a video about it, but I feel like everybody's talking about it, and some crazy thing came out this morning that I wanted to showcase. I'm, of course, talking about the Dan Hooker files, all this chat that's been released from his side chick, and maybe they're implying that they're maybe side dudes, and we're going to talk about all that. I hate to, you know, it's a little bit personal, and I don't know. Like I said, I was a little on the fence about talking about it, but I feel like so many people are talking about it. We have to talk about it, at least to some extent. And so we will. Also, the main thing that I want to show today is his father-in-law responded. It's insane, dude. You're going to see his father-in-law goes off. So we're going to listen to all of that. Western says, lads, what's up, Toronto? I know you're here. Justin just flipped his hair back. Yes. Okay. What, in response to the Dan Hooker files you need? Okay. Well, that's possible. But before we get there, let's get to the good stuff right at the top. We got a super fight. I mean, I think it's kind of a super fight. We got a pretty big fight tomorrow. Sean Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez. I've mentioned guys recently. Obviously, Justin trains with Strickland. We've been watching Sean Strickland for a long time. I've recently become a really big Fluffy Hernandez fan. Justin's a big fan as well. We are 1 day away from this great fight. Justin, let's talk about this fight one more time. I know you already did a breakdown. You analyzed the fight and the fight style. Has anything changed in your mind in terms of how this fight might go?
No, but I was watching some of Fluffy more even since I've made the video. Just I caught a video of it and I decided to watch it. He actually has a tendency that I kind of saw in this one fight, and then I saw it again and again and again, that I think Sean can really take advantage of here. Fluffy parries with his right hand really heavy. All right. So typically we're pairing with our right hand. Sometimes you can pair with your lead hand. Typically you pair with your right hand. But instead of pairing and like coming in, he parries and he leans his head back.
Like
All right.
this?
And yeah, like he parries his right hand, he'll lean his head like away,
Okay.
like try to get distance away. Why that matters is because as his head's shifting back, his feet aren't always moving, so he's off balance. Now, Sean, in my opinion, has the best jab, maybe in the UFC, and some of the best teep kicks in the UFC. Sean is going to be, I think Sean's going to exploit that because the way Sean throws his jab, he doesn't throw it at the face, he throws it at the chest. So when Fluffy's head goes back, the first punch is going to hit him in the chest. It's going to knock him off balance. His hand's going to be low. He's going to be out of position. And Sean's going to be able to follow up with 2 or 3 jabs. And I think he's going to find a home for that right hand. Fluffy's a huge favorite in this fight. I think he's minus 250. I really think Sean is going to beat him pretty easily. I don't. Everyone's talking about, oh, he's going to sub him. Like, who has subbed Sean Strickland? I guess he's fought a bunch of kickboxers, but DDP is a good grappler. I mean, regardless of his goofy style, you're frozen. DDP is a good. You're not anymore. You're open.
Okay.
DDP is a good grappler. People can say that he's goofy and unorthodox, but he is good. He is a former UFC champ. I mean, nobody's been able to sub Sean Strickland. I don't think Fluffy's going to be able to. I think Sean's going to pick him apart with his jab, and he's going to find a home for that right hand. And it's going to be off the parry and lean back. Maybe a 1-3, like he jumps in jab, lean back to a 3. Like as Fluffy leans back, he hits him with a 3. But I really think he's gonna hit him with a double jab. He's gonna punch him right in the chest. Then his next jab's going to land, and then his right hand's going to be right behind it.
What I've heard Sean say in interviews this week is that, yeah, sure, he might try and wrestle. He might try and take me down. I'm not the hardest to take down, but he's like, but I'll get back up. I'll always get back up. And then eventually we'll keep it on the feet, and it'll be the kickboxing match. And then in that case, I'm going to have to get the better of him. Do you kind of agree with that narrative? Yeah. Oh, I can't hear you. Your mic, I think, went off. There you go.
Yeah, Sean's a bear to hold down, man. And he works with high-level guys all the time. Like this, I mean, he's working with college wrestlers that are coming in. And, I mean, I've seen him get taken down, but I've never seen him get submitted. You know,
Yeah.
not even in practice. I'm not saying he never has, but I'm there, and I've never seen it, so.
What about the pace of Fluffy? The fact that he'll kind of keep maybe spamming takedowns, keep coming with forward pressure. Sean likes to come with forward pressure. Do you think any of that might work against Sean and maybe tire him out? Do you worry about that outcome or that?
No, Sean never gets tired. Even, I mean, dude, he had a fractured arm. You know, when he fought DDP, and people, there's a lot of reasons that fight didn't go great for him, man. And to know his perseverance and to watch his perseverance. And I can say that he had a broken arm because he told me specifically, him and I had a conversation, I had to fight, like I can't back out, blah, 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 make true warrior spirit. And this isn't something I read online. This is something that him and I had a conversation at the gym. And I just talked about my sympathy for him. And because if you remember, I made the video about, what Eric was saying to him. And I was just like, that's fucking weird. And why Sean is acting like this as well. And, sorry, I just got distracted by a comment. But yeah, why Sean acting like this? So when I came out in that video and said it, sorry, I just lost the whole train of thought because someone just commented on our post.
Oh,
and long story short, yeah, I don't think that the pressure is going to be anything. I think Sean is, when he comes with pressure, he's going to be keeping away with his teep kick and his jab, and I just don't think Fluffy's going to be able to find a way around it.
All right. Well, we shall see. By the way, the broken arm thing, I know you said he told you that personally. He's been talking about that this week in the media and saying that, yes, he did actually have a broken
we got to get
arm.
Tehran a moderator.
Oh, my God. I keep forgetting. Dang it. Okay. Tehran, I keep forgetting. I got to do this today. So I keep delaying. What's up, Tehran? Welcome. He said, what's up, West? And Western says, yo. All right. Well, this is going to be a really, really fun fight. You know what's cool tomorrow, too, is the fights are actually starting an hour earlier than they were already. So the main card starts at 5, means it'll be wrapped by 8, which is pretty cool. So I'm really looking forward to this. There's other fights on the card. I know we're not talking about them because this fight just kind of takes the cake, and this fight is really it's a really big fight. And the winner, Justin, do you think the winner's going to leapfrog Imavov and potentially go straight to Khamzat, even like either way it goes?
Probably not.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, Sean has the argument of obviously being the former champ, but I mean, he's fought for the belt a bunch. He's been the champ. Like, it just really depends how the UFC wants to play it out. They want to try to use him as a gatekeeper. Do they think he's still championship material? But with that being said, on the flip side, the other side of the coin, I mean, there's natural beef there, and that sells. So I'll be excited to see what happens. I don't really have a prediction on that because I'll just be excited to see what the UFC does to deal with it.
I'll be excited too. I think if Sean wins, you got to put Sean in there. Justin, I got a question for you. People are in the comments. Do you want to at all talk about anything?
Yeah, sure. I don't care.
Okay, so Hobknocker just said, "Yo, Justin, I heard the news." Hobknocker says, "Is it true you're banned?"
No, I'm not banned.
Okay. So yeah, he is not banned. But yes, you did the news. Western says, "Hob, you're an idiot." Oh, I mean, he's asking. I guess it's not.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Man, there's two sides to every story, man, and I've been advised by a lawyer not to talk about it, so that's all it is.
There we go. All right, so there we go. Strickland versus Fluffy. Cannot wait. That's going to be a fun one. They're still going back and forth. Hamzat actually did an interview on Jackson Pod that came out this morning that I already listened to. And
time out. I just want to add one more thing to this.
Yes,
it's if you guys think that I was out doing cocaine the night before my fight, or 2 nights before my fight, or 3 nights, like, you guys are idiots. Like, it's crazy. Knowing you have a drug test. I know what day my drug test is going to be. I know what time it's going to be. I know who's going to administer it. As I met with a lawyer yesterday, and he's laughing. He's like, "There's nobody in their right mind. Like, why would I shoot myself in the foot knowing that I'm going to test positive? That it just doesn't make sense." And like I said, there's 2 sides to every story, and there's circumstances, and within time, all that stuff will come out. And I'm just advised not to talk about it right now.
All right, there we go. All right, so that's all we'll say about that. Very interesting. Now, another interesting story. I made a video about this earlier in the week. Curious to know your thoughts. Okay, let me preface this topic with a little. Let me get a little preface. Okay, obviously we got Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey. That's happening on Netflix May 16th in LA. By the way, dude, I might actually go. Let's see how they make the undercard. Let's see how they make the rest of the card. If the rest of the card's actually good, I might go. Now, okay, kind of whatever. They shopped it to the UFC. Or she had some conversation with the UFC. UFC, I guess, passed, or maybe they didn't offer what she wanted in terms of money. So then they shopped it around. They talked to Jake Paul. They're doing their first ever MMA event. Not only are they doing it, they're doing it on Netflix. That's crazy. Now, why is this significant? Because obviously we have the PFL, we have Bellator, that merger, we have Ryzen, we have some other MMA organizations and combat sports organizations around the world. They all pale by a massive amount in comparison to the UFC. Not even close, not even in the same stratosphere. But the difference with MVP is that they are partnered with Netflix. Their events can go straight to Netflix, out on the largest platform on the planet. So you're immediately baking into these events this massive audience that's going to watch. They got 6 million streams, right, for UFC 324. They could beat that with MVP and Netflix, with Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano as the main event. I hate to say it, it's not really probably going to be the highest level of fighting. Like, let's be real. It's going to be nostalgic. It's going to be cool. But both of these women have been out of the game for so long. They're really up there. Gina Carano's 44, but it's going to get big numbers. So why did I say could it become the new GFL? So I didn't say the new UFC. Because I think building a brand new UFC, new MMA organization from the ground up, that's insane. That's very, very difficult. You have to have a machine that actually builds stars from the bottom to the top. That's hard. But what's not nearly as hard is what the GFL was trying to do. What the GFL was trying to do was take talent that the UFC had built. So they basically are leveraging all the star power that the UFC has created with their marketing machine, and then they're harvesting that. They're like, these guys still have a ton of fanfare for their names. Let's just bring them in. They're out of their UFC contracts. We'll have to pay them more because they're basically marketing for us. And then we'll build a league around that. But obviously the funding didn't come through. They were paying too much money. They couldn't make it work. They couldn't get any licensing, streaming deals. It fell. This has all of that. So do I think it's going to be the new UFC? No. But if this goes well, I could easily see them being like, you know what? We're going to put on like 4 MMA shows a year on Netflix. We're going to go to all OG UFC fighters that people love, that are out of their contracts. Let's get them in there, and we're going to make a brand new GFL that's going to be banging, that could actually do insane numbers. Like I don't know if the UFC is worried about it. I imagine they have to be a little bit. What do you think about this idea, Justin, that if this, because I almost think they're going to use this as a litmus test that this could be the new, or like a real legit GFL.
I don't think the UFC is worried about anything. I mean, Dana White talks about how hard it is to build an organization. I understand his plan, and that makes sense. But coming up with this kind of money, I mean, the PFL's done it. The PFL's been trying. They've taken UFC vets and turned them over. Not even just UFC vets, UFC champions, Aljamain Sterling, Benson Henderson. And they've went over there and just got smashed. And honestly, I just don't think the PFL is making any money. I just don't think this will be any different. I mean, there are some nostalgia fights, but a lot of those old UFC vets, like I said, they've tried. What are they going to get? Tony Ferguson? Like, I mean, people, I guess for a free event, if it's free on Netflix, people will tune in, but I just don't see how they're going to profit. I've been to a PFL event. You've been to a PFL event. Like when we're there, you're frozen again. You're good now.
Okay.
They're not sold out. How are they going to make money besides sponsorships? I mean, being free on Netflix, I'm sure they're going to have a ton of sponsorship money, maybe, but I just don't see how they could ever compete with the UFC.
I think what they would do, like, again, I don't think they're going to compete with the UFC either in that way, and like as direct competitor. But do I think they can put together good shows that could take a little bit of steam away from the UFC? I think potentially, like, it would have to all be this level of fights. Like you're bringing back OG Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey. They haven't fought in so long. Holy smokes! Like, I obviously I don't mean like specifically Chuck Liddell, but a Chuck Liddell type guy who's been out of the UFC for a while and wants to come back. And they're like, oh my God, for nostalgic purposes, like this is insane. They're going to do a big MMA fight. And then they position it on Netflix. And if they do enough of that, they have enough money to pay enough. I mean, even seeing, I don't know, remember Uriah Faber was going to get back in the GFL. Like, that's exciting. I would be down for that if he was on the undercard. I don't think Jake Paul would partner with Dylan Dennis after what he did to his brother, but like a Dylan Dennis, Tony Ferguson, like that was happening in the GFL. That was a big fight. So I think there are potential fights out there that they could string together. I guess we'll see. We'll see what they put together on this one. But if they could do something like that consistently, I think it could be pretty fascinating. So I don't know. Are you planning to watch this event on May 16th? Justin?
Hold on, you break. Okay, did you say am I planning on watching the fight on May 16th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not doing anything, I'm not going to go out of my way. I just watch it on Instagram. It's only going to last probably going to last 30 seconds.
You think?
Yeah, Ronda's probably going to armbar in like 40 seconds.
Okay, got it. By the way, Western says I'm not freezing on his screen, so I wonder maybe it's just your computer or something. I'm not sure. By the way, Hobknocker did say nothing but respect, man. Thanks for answering. So there you go.
No problem, man. Thank you.
And Tehran says, so the grandpa fight league is, I mean, that's kind of what I feel. Tehran, am I right in my estimation? I'm not saying 100%, but that's what this could be. This very well could be the GFL, the grandpa fight league coming back. They could do something like that. Like kind of doing the, I mean, hey, look, I can say this because I'm older than Gina Carano, but they're kind of doing the grandma fight league right now, right? With these two fighters coming back. And again, I'm older than Gina Carano, so you can't get mad at me.
Ronda hasn't fought in 10 years. Gina Carano hasn't fought in 15 years.
Crazy. It's crazy. Like I feel like I just have to watch it as a MMA fan. I'm not even that really excited about it. I'm not, but I'm gonna probably watch it unless there's a good UFC card on or something at the same time. But anyways, so we shall see. I just thought that was kind of an interesting, fun thing to talk about. And especially since Jake Paul and Dana White have their thing, like, why wouldn't Jake Paul try and do something like this? Why wouldn't he try to be a thorn in his side? So we'll see what happens. All right. Anyways, Justin, we got something crazy to talk about. You didn't see this yet. Gable Steveson. Holy smokes. Okay, hold on. I want to show it to you right now because you haven't seen it. Now, we're not going to show the whole thing because it's 4 minutes long. But what we'll do is, hold on, where was it? I'm gonna show maybe the last minute. You can see the finishing sequence of Gable Steveson. Yo, dude, it was so crazy. And I also want to get your thoughts on if you agree with me that Gable was really disappointed with his performance. Hold on, so let me pull it over here. Okay, so we got about a minute left, so you can watch what happens from this point going forward. Guys, this is Gable Steveson. Came out victorious last night, which I was so happy about. Check this out. So there, and it's pretty funny actually. So let me tell you something. I skipped part of the fight, but Hugo Lozama actually he shot a takedown on Gable within the first like 20 seconds. And then Gable like immediately reversed it. They were on the ground for a bit. And then Gable finally, after a bit, he couldn't get anything going on the ground. So he just got back up and he waved them up. So they went back to the feet and they had like some nice little exchanges. Actually, let me show you some of the exchanges. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. So check this out. This is where he's like trying to do some damage on the ground. He ate some up kicks too. He ate 2 up kicks. So Gable showed that he really has a chin in this fight. He took multiple up kicks, hard ones. He took a hard shot on the jaw. Look at that. Look, he took a spinning kick. Like, I thought, like, to me, this was a great fight. Now, granted, Hugo doesn't look like he's got the best technique, like he's swinging haymakers. Like, look at that. Gable just takes him right down to the ground. And now you're just going to see bad beating. Bad beating. Is any of this impressive to you as of yet, Justin?
Not really. This guy sucks. It's actually the opposite.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think he should be handling this guy a lot easier.
Okay, but
I mean, he kind of conceded the takedown when he locked his hands. The guy kind of just went down. I mean, obviously, you guys know I'm a huge Gable Steveson active. I'm pro Gable Steveson for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this doesn't look too impressive, and I can see why he'd be frustrated with it. I mean, what's the guy's record?
11-3.
Yeah, when you're a perfectionist like him, like if he doesn't do everything perfect, he shouldn't have got that spinning heel kick to the head. I mean, who am I to judge? I got spinning heel kick knocked out. So,
I mean,
that hurt. That was pretty awesome. Ouch.
Bad knee. Bad. I mean, dude, this ground and pound is crazy.
I feel like he's getting stronger though. Like he's not slowing down. So that's impressive. Passes him out.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him settle his base down. See, he shouldn't be getting back to half guard there. I mean, he's so big and strong. If he gets to mount, like, there's no way a guy should be able to get his half guard back. But these are all little things he's going to learn with time. I mean, he's brand new. He's only 3-0. Like, I'm definitely not shitting on him. I'm a huge fan of him. I think he could be one of the greats of all time. But there's little things, little intricacies that he's going to learn. Like right now, he should be overhooking right now and dropping his right elbow on this guy's face.
Okay. See, I'm so glad I watched this with you. I did not catch, obviously.
Like, look at this guy. Like he's like, I don't want to stand up. Like what? Oh, let me roll to my belly. Let me roll. Oh yeah. Let's have him on our back. Like what is it? Like he's in mount again. Is he going to get out of mount again?
Was he kind of giving him his back there? You think?
Oh, 100%. I don't know why. He's looking for a way out, probably.
Yeah.
Because look at this. He's not doing anything. He's looking at the referee to stop the fight.
Yeah, look at it. And why didn't the ref stop the fight earlier? That's what I was wondering too. Like, dude, he just looks like in horrible pain.
I'm curious how he feels, like how his cardio feels compared to wrestling.
So he said prior to the fight, okay, that if he gets a KO, he's gonna hold on one second. I'm just trying to fast forward to the speech. He's gonna ask for the UFC White House card at this event, right? So now you're gonna hear the interview, and obviously, I think he was really upset because he didn't call for anything. Check this out.
Not rushing that finish. You stayed composed the whole time. Talk to me about the fight.
Thank you, Mexico. Sorry. Gracias, Mexico. Oh, I feel great. A lot of things to get better on, but I'm getting better each day.
Me sentí muy bien, mejoro cada día. Gable, cuéntanos, ¿qué sigue para ti después de esta pelea? ¿Qué esperas en tu carrera? Gable, what's next for you? What's up next for your career?
I'm going to take a shower and go back to the hotel and fall asleep.
Me voy a ir a mi hotel y me voy a bañar y me voy a dormir. What were you expecting out of Hugo in this fight, if anything?
A tough fight, a guy who didn't give up. Great competitor, I'm glad I stepped in.
Hugo, esperaba yo una pelea muy difícil y dura contra Hugo, es un gran competidor y estoy contento que pude tomar esta pelea.
Oh, thank you, Mexico, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully I can come back. But on to the next for me.
Gable Steveson.
Like, am I right? He's upset.
I don't know if he's upset, but maybe he just realized, like, hey, there's some stuff I got to work on. That's what high-level athletes do. We don't always bask in the glory immediately. We start thinking about the things we could have done different. And, maybe he might have thought he looked sloppy. I mean, he's going to review it, and he might come out and say something. But, yeah, I mean, he doesn't look 100% satisfied. He doesn't look confident that he's ready for the big leagues. But,
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
Remember-
he's a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick. Remember when he won the dirty boxing match and he jumped over the ropes and
Yeah.
did the gun? Like he was so hyped. Like here he's like, I'm gonna go home and shower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was kind of a lackluster finish. I mean, I don't like ground and pound finishes, man. I want to see somebody fucking bludgeoned and dead. Like, I don't know.
I like ground and pound. See, okay, so that's interesting. So because I was curious because he wanted a knockout, and that's why I said in the video last night, I'm like, I don't see why a TKO is so bad. I love TKOs, but so you're saying no, you want the clean KO.
I don't know. I think it just looks better. More violence, man. More violent.
Well, TKO to me is more violent because literally the guy's like, if the ref doesn't intervene, he's gonna, the idea is he's defenseless. He can't do anything. So you've literally put them in a position of like they're completely helpless. So I don't know, but whereas sometimes when you catch somebody, hey, you caught them, but like if they would have zigged when they zagged, then you wouldn't have caught them. And then you know what I mean. Then there's that. I'm not saying,
but it's so much more exciting though because you're watching, you're like, oh shit, he's knocked out compared to okay, he took him down. Okay, he's gaining control. Okay, he has a handcuff. Okay, he punched him 3 times. All right, now he's punched him 8 times. Oh, Herb, it's time to stop him. He's punched him 10 times. I don't know. It's not as like jump up exciting. You know what I mean?
I get what
do you ever see a TKO finish and you're jumping like, oh my god. Well, you have
Connor when Connor fought many times, many of Hamzat's fights. So I love TKOs, dude. I go crazy. When Alex Pereira got the TKO against Magomed Ankalaev, I was going crazy because you're like, also, if you're rooting for the guy that's doing, you're like, come on, stop the fight. Like you're like begging the ref to stop it because you're like, dude, it should be stopped. He's gonna win, and then finally stop and you go crazy. Like I love the TKO finishes, but I get what you're saying. But this also goes back to our differences of like, I love to see domination. You love to see like bang out brawls. So I think that makes sense. All right, we got a bunch of comments here. Let's see, 2 weeks away for 326. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm not even thinking about 326 right now. I'm actually really excited about the main event tomorrow. Gabe is a small heavyweight. So they apparently said his weight was like 243 or something, that he weighed in at like 243.
I've heard he's like 240. Yeah.
I'm shocked. I thought he was like in the high realm. I thought he was in like the 260s. I don't know why.
I think when he played football, he was 260.
Okay.
I think on his Wikipedia when we made the videos, it said like 260 or 270.
That's crazy that he could. I mean, Alex Pereira weighs the same, so he could go down maybe to light heavyweight one day. That's wild. Anyone can look good fighting cans. I mean, is this guy okay? Hold on. Let's talk about this for a second.
He's 11-3.
People are calling him a can. Let me ask you this, Justin. I'm not trying to hate on Derek Lewis. Did he look that much better, let's say, than like a Derek Lewis or like Tai Tuivasa?
He didn't look. I'm not saying he looked bad. He just looked inexperienced.
No, but I'm talking about Hugo Lizama, his opponent.
Oh, he looked terrible.
He looked terrible.
I mean, look at those hooks. I mean, rewatch the video. Look at those hooks. Look at that. I mean, a spinning heel kick. He's like, all right, Hail Mary time, go.
I get it. I get it.
Like he took a shot on an Olympic champion. Like,
wait, I gotta show you the shot.
What kind of game plan is this?
Hold on, I gotta show you the shot. This is crazy, dude.
It says 265.
That's what it said, but that's the weight class. No, he weighed in. They announced it. Yeah, see, they say 265. They announced it and they said 243. Okay, watch. Just watch the beginning of this fight. He starts low, just like Jones and Hamzat. Dude, Hugo's ready to go, dog. Okay, watch this. He comes in. And guys, if you're just tuning in, we're just rewatching the Gable Steveson, just like the first minute of the fight. Look, he goes for an oblique kick too.
He looks terrified.
He does, yeah. And it's the dipping of the head and the massive overhands, going for the oblique. Nice leg kick, and then look, he shoots.
He did something.
That's good. Wait. So you're saying, hold on, you're saying this opponent's like what? Is he like the worst opponent he's fought this far?
No, I'm not gonna say he's the worst, but I mean, he's fighting like he's terrified, and he's like, I need to get, I'm only gonna get lucky. He's throwing the most desperate hooks you could imagine. He throws a spinning heel kick. He dives in for a shot, pulls half guard. Like this all looks like, I don't know. It looks just desperate. It doesn't look like he has any confidence when he's throwing. He's just closing his eyes, hoping he lands a big shot, knocks him out. And I mean, it's apparent. And I'll be honest, man, I'd be scared fighting Gable Steveson too. So yeah, I don't blame the guy, man. I mean, he's 11-4 now. He has experience. He's the most experienced guy he's fought for sure, but I wouldn't put him as a world beater. There's a reason he's not in the UFC. By 11-3, if you're good, you're in the UFC.
Okay, fine. So now let's talk about what's next for Gable. It sounds like he's not even in his mind. Maybe he doesn't even want to go to the UFC next because it seems like he's disappointed. I could be wrong, but like, if you were boys with Gable Steveson, if you were part of his coaching team, do you think he should just go for the UFC next?
No, man. I mean, I think it's going to be his decision. Whatever. I don't think he's mad. I don't think mad's the right word. I think that he just realized, like, hey, there's some stuff I got to work on. Like, I don't think he's up in his room pouting, but he's probably real with himself, and he's like, hey, there's some stuff I got to work on. There's no reason that he's so big and strong that there's no even at 240 he's so strong that if he mounts somebody, they should not get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I mount somebody my size, they're probably not getting out. And up to a certain level, of course, but that's a high level, and he is the best in the world, and he's Olympic champion. So like I said, it's just weight distribution is a little different from wrestling to grappling. It's similar, but different. And I think those are just a couple little nuances he's going to learn over the next year or two. And by the time he'll know when he's ready for the UFC, and whenever he decides to go to the UFC, I'm sure it'll be the right time.
Man, I just want him to go so badly. It'd be so
I mean, he might.
fun.
He still might.
Yeah, I know. He still might. I don't know. I just got a weird feeling that he was so upset that disappointed in his performance that he's not going to call for it. Because again, he's a perfectionist, like you said. I'm like, dang it. Now we have to wait another 3 months and who knows. But anyways, we'll see. Because if he does come in, it literally turns the heavyweight division into the most exciting division, or one of the most exciting divisions, just because of one guy. To watch him go through and rip through the fighters is going to be so much fun. So
I want to see him fight Hackett.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
2 former football players, 2 super athletes, 2 guys that can knock people out, 2 guys that can wrestle like this, and that would be an incredible fight. I'd love to see that.
I'd be down for that. I'd honestly be down for Gable versus anybody. I'd be down for Gable versus Tai Tuivasa for his first fight or something like that. Like, I think that'd be fun.
Tai Tuivasa's lost like 6 fights in a row. He might get.
I know. I think it's like 7 now, actually.
Yeah.
But if he did come in, but the cool thing about Tai is that at least he's a known name, and I think Gable would definitely have his way with him. But all right, Western, look what he said. My favorite thing about this channel is Jose for being excited about something and Justin shuts it down. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Western. Appreciate it. KO makes a fighter just as helpless as TKO. Yeah, I mean,
I disagree wholeheartedly, and I'm in Western. I respect you, but from experience, absolutely not. When you get knocked out and you come through, you don't know where you're at. You don't know. I mean, think about when Justin Gaethje got knocked out by Max Holloway. If the referee wasn't there to stop and Max wanted to kill him, from a TKO standpoint, even when you're getting elbowed in the head, punched in the face, you're still conscious and you still know what's going on. You still have an agenda of how to protect yourself, whether it's cover your head. Guys cover their head and they're helpless. Well, honestly speaking, when you cover up, you're not taking hardly any more damage. You're just conceding, letting the referee know that, hey, I'm done. But most of the time, those are just arm punches, and you're conscious of it, and it doesn't even hurt. It's just you don't want to take them down because then you're going to get cracked and then you're going to get hurt. So when I say TKO, like really at the ending sequence of a TKO, not every time, but a lot of times, it doesn't even hurt.
Okay, I didn't know that. Fair enough. And by the way, I think Western's actually agreeing with you by saying this. I believe so, because he's saying because I was saying like a TKO, you look so helpless, whereas a KO, you kind of like catch somebody, whereas like you're beating the fight out of them in real time. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. And I think he's saying actually he agrees with you. I think Western. Let me know if I'm interpreting you correctly or not. But I think he's saying no, a KO makes them just as helpless as well. So there it is. But anyways, it's exciting regardless of how he won. I'm just so happy that Gable Steveson won. Imagine if he had lost. God, that would have been terrible. But he won, and I think it's a pretty cool victory. Okay, we're one topic away from the Dan Hooker files, guys. So brace yourselves.
I don't have any opinion on it. I don't want to talk about Dan Hooker, man. He's such a great guy, and I don't want to talk about his personal stuff. But you can.
Okay, I'll just play the clip, and we'll just move forward after that. But anyways, before we get to that, Amanda Nunes fires back at your teammate at Sean Strickland. Did you see this?
I saw the article, but I didn't open it. But I knew we were going to talk about it, so I wanted to see it for the first time on air. But I know what Sean said about her. About anybody here can beat her in a fight.
Yeah. So he basically okay. So I'll recap Sean Strickland's rant. By the way, this is not my opinion. Okay, I'm just recapping it. But Sean's basically goes
I
off.
agree with him to an extent.
Okay. So wait, hold on. So Sean goes off. Sean gets prompted by a reporter. So Sean, and she just like gives him the avenue to just go crazy on a bunch of non-fight related stuff. And then he's like, yeah, so what do you think about this Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey fight? Oh man, nobody likes women's MMA. Women's MMA sucks. He's like, it's so lame because you could take the softest guy in here, and he points to one of the reporters in the back. Yeah. He's like, this guy right here, man, I love you, by the way, but you could beat Amanda Nunes in the fight. He's like, no, I could. He's like, yes, you could. You'd smash her. She's terrible. All women MMA fighters. So he goes off on Amanda Nunes. She catches a stray, whatever. And then she responded, and do you know what she said?
No, I don't.
She goes, Sean, like, we do the same work as you guys do. We we train just as hard, something like that. It's okay, Sean. Don't cry about it or something. And you know what I think that's a reference to?
Yeah, him crying on with Megan Olivia or whoever the interviewer was.
Theo Von, I think. On Theo Von.
Oh, yeah, Theo Von. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
I'm sure. But
yeah,
what she says is stupid because it's like, hey, we train as hard as you. There's no question about it. Women train very hard. Yeah. That doesn't change the fact that there isn't a woman on the planet that could beat me in a fight or for civilians. What I mean by agree with Sean, like if you have any kind of combat experience, I don't think just Joe Schmo off the street could beat Amanda Nunes up. But when Miesha Tate was preparing, and I can say this because I'm at the gym, when Miesha Tate was preparing to fight Ronda Rousey, she sparred our amateurs, and one amateur, he turned pro. He went 0-2 as a pro, and he would have to go light with her.
Right.
To make sure she survived the round. He would have to pull his kicks. He'd have to pull his wrestling. He'd have to let her take him down. And this is, 135-pound 0-2 pro, just handling Miesha Tate in her prime. So what Sean is saying, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not saying everybody can beat Amanda Nunes, but if you have some combat training, I think you win.
Yeah, if you're like a really good amateur, like a pro fight, whatever, starting out pro.
Not even a really good amateur. I actually think just a good athlete. If you're not a fat, overweight, you have a gut hanging over your pants. Here, I always go back to this. Me and Elise Anderson, she fought. She's like Dana's right hand girl, like the really good friend. She fought. Where did she? Where was? Japan won. She was under contract. Won for forever. I think she still is. She's an incredible grappler. There's a lot of stuff when it comes to guard that I ask her about because she's really good in guard. Well, her and Bubba, my friend Bubba, and in Bubba isn't a fighter.
No, he's not.
He's a high school athlete. They have grappled on multiple occasions, and she has never subbed him.
Ever. Oh wow,
not even close.
But never subbed him. But does she still get the better of him?
Hell no. He gets on top of her and fucking. It was so funny. Like they were getting because he started talking shit. Like, oh, you're a pro fighter. You can't even beat me. And she gets him in an arm bar and straightens his arm out. His arm's straight. And I was like, oh shit, she's gonna break his arm. And she's like, I'll break it. And I'll never forget. He yelled. He looks at her and goes, break it, bitch.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, let's go. And then he picks her up and slams her on the bed.
Oh my God.
And then she let go. And I was like, yeah, let's go.
Jesus Christ.
It was awesome. He's just like, break it, bitch.
Bubba's a madman. You guys got to meet Bubba at some point.
We got him on the show one day.
Yeah, we got to bring Bubba on the show. I've hung out with him in Vegas. Actually, I've hung out with him a couple times. He's a madman. Okay, well, anyways. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Western says when you're KO'd, you're absolutely helpless. Yeah, so I think he was. That's
what, that's okay. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Like I said, I feel a little weird about bringing this topic up, but we have to talk about it. I feel like everybody's talking about it. It's all over the place. We won't go too crazy on it. I get that you don't really want to dive too much into it, but here's what I'll say, okay? Here's the story. From the get-go, Dan Hooker had a side chick. That's not a big surprise, okay? A lot of people, a lot of professional athletes, not condoning it, not hating on it, whatever. A lot of professional athletes have side chicks. It is what it is. He's married. He's got kids. And the chick made it seem like, I don't know if this is true anymore because of what I'm about to play, but the chick made it seem like his wife was aware that he had her or maybe other women stashed around that he was talking to, and that his wife kind of like signed off on it. Kind of like how we imagine maybe there's a agreement between Conor McGregor and his wife. So it appeared as though the side chick, anyways, the way she's positioning is that they had some sort of an agreement. They have some sort of an open marriage or a swinger marriage, whatever. But then the bombshell is that she was fine with all of that, and she allowed him to do what he did and see other girls as well, even though she would get pissed about it. I'm talking about the side chick. We get pissed about it. Ultimately, she found out that he was also hooking up with men. Okay. And like, whatever, if he's gay or bisexual, he's gay or bisexual. It is what it is. Like, we're not here to clown a person on whatever, however they are. And what that's just how he is. And it is what it is. But so then that's when I guess this chick got pissed off, and that's when she decided to expose him. So she started posting. It's a lot of stuff. Like, it looks pretty bad. She like got his profiles off of different dating websites. She posted like text exchanges between him and like other dudes, and like showed the usernames. It was like Tall Aussie, and then I guess like his username on this weird like dating website where he was meeting other men is called Chill Guy Auckland. It's really funny. Sorry, it's got a funny name. But yeah, and then there was like pictures of him on there posted, like it's clearly Dan Hooker. So it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. Anyways, we come back to the part about his wife knowing and being in an open relationship. So I thought maybe like, hey, maybe they have an arrangement, not that big of a deal in terms of that, because like maybe it's not a big deal to his marriage and his family, because they already know, right? This is how he is, and she's dealt with it. Well, I don't know anymore, because this came out today, and I just want to show you. This is what, dude, his father-in-law goes off, dog. Okay, so let's watch this. Ready?
Doesn't appear to be too concerned about the recent cheating allegations. The UFC lightweight unexpectedly became a hot topic in the combat sports world after rumors of alleged infidelity began circulating online. An Instagram influencer known as Keek Grace accused Hooker of cheating on her. She shared several text messages which have not been independently verified, along with multiple photos of herself with Hooker. The influencer also alleged that Hooker had cheated on her with a man and claimed that his wife was aware of their arrangement. On Thursday night, Hooker's partner posted additional content to her Instagram story, including a handwritten letter in which Hooker expressed his love for her, as well as a video of him sleeping. Hooker addressed the situation on X, posting a pair of sarcastic messages that appeared to downplay the rumors. He wrote, "What I miss?" Followed up with, "No shit, I'm gay now?" Oscar Willis of the Mac Life replied, "Turns out we're gay now." Hooker then concluded with another post, "Nothing like a woman scorned." He also shared a meme on his Instagram story with the caption, "Me holding my family close after my side chick tried to tear us apart." In addition, here's what Hooker said when asked which non-MMA athlete he would like to see compete in the UFC.
Who's a non-MMA athlete that you'd like to see in the octagon?
P. Diddy. P. Diddy's my... But for that one, they have to, they don't check him for grease. Yeah. And he can fight Arman Tsarukyan because they're both covered in baby oil.
However, the situation didn't.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, anyways, now we get to the crazy part. Okay, so Dan Hooker's playing it off. Oscar Willis, that's your boy. Hey, maybe this is fabricated. I don't know, right? There seems to be a lot of stuff. There's more to this. I don't even want to get into it. There's more stuff of like Reddit groups that he was on that are really suspicious sounding and having to do with like guys meeting guys. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's not true. Maybe this chick is really just trying to rip him down for whatever reason. But then when I saw this, I was like, okay, there might be something to this, because the father-in-law's reaction is so harsh. It makes me think that they already knew stuff was going on and they weren't happy about it. And maybe like this is it's been an ongoing issue in the marriage and in the family. And finally this came out and he had enough, because you wouldn't just come out. I don't think you wouldn't just come out and say this out of the blue this quickly if I think you didn't already have like strong suspicions or knowledge that this stuff was happening. Listen to this. This is crazy.
Stop there. Hooker's father-in-law sent him a message threatening to beat him up.
This is a message for Dan Hooker, tough guy, UFC fighter, yeah. All I've seen of late is you getting your ass whooped in the cage, ass beaten up, okay? You know, years ago I wrote in my book, my autobiography, that you're a good man. But time has revealed you're a piece of yep. You with the wrong people. You got it? My daughter and my granddaughters deserve better. They don't deserve a piece of like you. Okay? You want to deal with this? You come and see me face to face. If you're a man, if you got anything about you, you come to see me face to face. But you ain't that man. Your big talk, yeah? Big talk, big this, big tattoos, big and everything. Get in the cage. Most of the time, you get your ass whooped, yeah? This 59-year-old will whoop your ass too, boy. You got it?
Quick heads up, guys. If you're enjoying the content,
Bro.
That's intense.
That's intense, dog. And like, I mean, that's that's his that's the grandfather of his kids. That's his wife's dad. Like, that's throwing down the gauntlet. Like, that's crazy. And
I don't think a man can beat up Dan Hooker.
I don't think so either. Hey, you never know. I mean, come with a weapon or something. Maybe you have a chance. But yo, that is crazy, dude. So I don't know. I'm really curious. I know Dan Hooker's playing it off, but I feel like there's something there that's pretty substantial. We shall see. But it's a wild story. This is our sport. This is MMA. This is what's going down. Dan Hooker is now apparently, who knows what he's doing. All right. Well, enough about that. That's all we got to say. Anything you want to say or nothing?
Oh man, it's whatever Dan Hooker does on his time. That's his business. It's not affecting anybody else. I think people, I'm going through it right now. I think people just need to mind their own business, man. It's like,
Fair.
It's not affecting anybody. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying talking about, I just mean news outlets in general.
Yeah.
It's his personal life, man. Imagine everything he's going through right now, all the messages he's getting, all the hate messages he's getting. It's just, Dennis seemed to be spiraling out of control. I mean, maybe he needs help. So instead of, condemning him, fucking try to help him. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. Is this Mr. Clapper says instead of Hangman Hooker, it should be like Man Hooker? Dan
like
has
Man
to
Hooker.
be spiraling
Man
out of.
Hooker.
What's that? Oh, I like
Man Hooker.
God. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Clapper, for that one. All right. Last thing, bro. Big rumors going around. This is courtesy of Hoj MMA. This is a YouTube channel. They have like 170,000 subscribers. They apparently have been known to be a pretty good source for news. So things have been going crazy. So listen to this. You ready for this? Have you heard about this? The rumors for 327 and 328?
No.
Okay. Get ready. The headliner reportedly, this is the rumor, for UFC 327 is going to be Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Ulberg for the vacant light heavyweight title.
Doesn't excite me that much.
No? Okay, but hold on. There's more. And the co-main is going to be Tatsuro Taira versus Joshua Van. Okay, this is why Manel. That's dope, right? That's dope.
That's a good fight. That's going to be a good one.
And then, so what does that open us up for? Well, if UFC 327 is for the vacant light heavyweight, what do you think is going to headline UFC 328?
I don't know. Let's hear it.
Cyril Gane versus Alex Pereira.
Oh, wow.
That's
does that take him out of the White? Does that take him out of the White House running?
I think so. If this is true, so UFC 327 is meant to be April 10th, and then 328, I think, is in May. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I guess then he wouldn't be in the UFC White House guard. Now, again, I don't know how confirmed this is. This is from Hoj MMA, but even your boy James Lynch on Sports, he talked about it, and he said this is usually a pretty good source of information. So he thinks it's pretty legitimate. So we shall see. And I guess he said he did some digging as well, and he said that's what he heard is the plan. But here's the one thing that's kind of a bummer about this. This is what the one thing that I didn't expect, okay? For UFC 328, Cyril Gane versus Alex Pereira, what I heard this morning is that the UFC, this was on the Crack on that show in the morning, is that the UFC is targeting for Cyril Gane versus Alex Pereira to be an interim title for the heavyweight belt. I did not expect that. I thought they were going to make Tom vacate because why would you? I still think
it's still speculation, right?
It's still speculation. It's still speculation. But like, you tell me, do you agree with this? Why would you make Alex Pereira's title shot, who's one of the biggest stars in the UFC, why would you make it an interim title when he's going for history, when he's going for triple champ status? And why would you want to make that an interim title shot? Like, that cheapens the whole thing. Unless you're like, well, if he wins, then he's going to have to unify it so we get one more fight out of him. I mean, is that what you think it is?
That was going to be my if this is, again, having it all speculation, it sounds good, but yes, absolutely. I mean, then we get 2 fights out of him. All right, we get the interim. Oh, now they have a champ versus champ fight instead of just, somebody, a contender, because once he wins the belt, he's the champ, then it's all contenders. I mean, technically as the interim, he's still the contender. So we get a title fight with him. Remember, I don't know what Paramount's deal is, but Paramount's, but the pay-per-view model needed X amount of title fights through the year.
Yeah,
so
I bet it's similar.
it's probably something similar. So I think this is a good storyline, better than him winning the belt and then defending it. Although it would be another. I like the rise up. I like the build up. I like champ versus champ.
The other thing, see, I've been trying to think more about how the UFC structures and builds fights and plans fights in a in a long-term setting. So, because I was like, maybe that's something that I'm missing in my analysis when I'm trying to think. When I was saying, oh, they're definitely going to make John Jones versus Alex Pereira, and I think I'm turning out to be wrong about that. So I'm trying to think, because to me that seemed like such a perfect big fight, especially for the White House card. But then I was like, okay, well maybe the reason why they don't want to do that is because both guys are probably going to retire right after that. And they don't, and one guy then is going to retire maybe potentially 100% on top. It doesn't really leave you much room to go after that. So for this, if they do it this way, even though it kind of cheapens that like heroic moment for Alex Pereira, what it does is exactly what you said. Now we immediately have Alex Pereira. If he wants to cement his legacy and be the first ever undisputed triple champ, he's got to fight again. So now they've locked him into another fight. And if he retire after this, okay, well, they still got Tom Aspinall, right? So it's kind of like hedging your bets a little bit. And then, like you said, if he does fight again, now Tom Aspinall comes back, they fight, the two fight each other, and then maybe Tom Aspinall's probably favored to win that fight. So then now you don't have Alex Pereira retiring at the very tippy top of the sport, which I know the UFC isn't the biggest fan of usually. So maybe this is part of the whole you're playing checkers, we're playing chess type of dynamic where they're game planning in the long term. This is just a theory.
Sure.
Real quick,
I think it's good.
When we talk about Tatsuro Taira versus Joshua Van, what do you think?
Oh man, I really like this guy. I did a breakdown video of one of his fights a while back. I'm going to have to rewatch some footage to kind of remind me. But I remember really liking this guy. I know he wanted to come in, and if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but he won his fight and then called out his teammate, if I'm not mistaken. He called out before man, who did Joshua Van just beat to become the champ?
Pantoja.
Yeah, Pantoja. Yeah,
I think you're right. You're right. He did.
Their teammates, and after he won, he called him out, and I was just like, oh, what a fucking gangster.
Yeah.
And he said, with all due respect, it's not. I respect that, man. It's like, with all due respect, this kind of stuff. He wasn't trying to be, a piece of shit about it. He's like, hey, man, I mean, this is my goal. This is why I'm training with you or not with you, but at the same gym you are. It's a world-class gym, and I want to become the champ. I know some people like Marab and Aljamain didn't want to do that. They didn't want to fight for the belt because they're buddies, but some people are, maybe these guys aren't buddies. Maybe these guys are just happen to be training at the same gym. And with all due respect, I wanted it, but even better now, he doesn't have to fight his teammate. He gets to fight Joshua Van.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a great fight too, and it'll be the first ever, I believe, Japanese champion if they do make that fight. And I think Tatsuro Taira, I would imagine, is going to be favored to win this fight. That's my guess, anyways, just because I think he seems to be a more well-rounded fighter. But we shall see how the odds come out. Western, by the way,
I think he was on like a 7-fight win streak.
Oh, is he?
Left the UFC. I can't remember, but he was in the UFC, had a great success in the UFC. Left the UFC, became the rising champ, and now he's back in the UFC. I think it's just an incredible story.
So, by the way, Western says in regards to Yuri versus Carlos Ulberg, he says Yuri wins. I'm inclined to agree. What do you think?
Yuri just every time I think he's going to lose, he wins. So I'm just going to say I think he wins.
Okay, well, there you go.
I'm sick of being wrong every time he looks like he's rocked, he's hurt. Next thing he knows, he's landing shots. I'm trying to think, well, who did he just fight? He beat. I thought he was losing the fight, and then he just started coming on. He was taking a lot of damage early on, and who was it?
It was Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, what a great fight that was. Now you look at Ulberg. Remember, Ulberg has that nasty left hook that he lands on everybody. He lands that, he can knock Yuri out.
By the way, I think when you were talking about Tatsuro Taira, were you talking about Haraguchi?
Yes. Yep. I got it mixed up, but still, Tatsuro Taira is still fucking awesome.
But he's not. He did lose to Brandon Royval, but then he beat what's it called? Korean Zombie, I think. And then
I think it was like fight of the year with him and Royval.
Oh, okay. You might be thinking
Royval had like an insane performance. Was it Taira?
That was Royval and Joshua Van, I think. I think that's.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Yep. You're right.
UFC 317.
Yeah, when I did that's right.
Yeah, I saw that fight. That was crazy. Okay, and then so we got all of these matchups. We got all of this exciting stuff. Western says Pereira cracks Gan. Yeah, I can see that. And Pereira probably cracks Tom if that happens. That'd be crazy, dude. If Pereira beats Tom Aspinall, that'd be nuts. I'd be so down for that. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for our show today. If you guys could click the like button, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that's joined on today. We've had a nice, lively discussion, nice, lively chat, and that always makes it fun for us. You know, we were talking last night because, as I mentioned, I'm in Vegas right now, so we were hanging out. The fun thing about this show for both of us is we've got this little community of friends that we can basically chat with, and we never had this. I mean, Justin has this, obviously, at Extreme Couture. I never really had this in LA. I don't have a lot of friends that really are super, super into MMA. I have friends that will come to my MMA parties and will watch, but they're not dialed into the sport like, you know, like we are, like how we like to talk about all this stuff. So it's fun to have all you guys, Western, Mr. Clapper, Tehran, who are so knowledgeable about
Turn into a monitor before you forget.
Yeah, I got to
do it. Is it hard to do?
No, it's so easy. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I should have done it, but I keep forgetting. But yeah, so just to have this community and to have this place where we can come and talk about all this stuff, it's really fun. You know what I was thinking too at some point, which might be really fun, is we could actually have at some point some of our longtime subscribers come on the show for a little guest spot. You know what I mean?
I'm all about it.
All we have, it's so easy in StreamYard. All we have to do, if like Western wants to come on at some point or something, we could just send him a link and be like, hey, let's have you on to chat about this topic or that topic. We'd have Tehran come on because he knows so much about the sport. Who knows? You know, if they have different things that they'd like to join, like, well, let's make it more of a community. I think it'd be so easy, like I said, with StreamYard. So that'll be coming if you guys do have an interest. Some of you guys who've been around for a really long time, I think that'd be pretty fun if you guys are interested. But anyways, that's all we got for you guys today. I am going to go back and take another nap because I'm still exhausted, and then we'll figure out our plans for the rest of the night. But thank you guys so much for joining. We really appreciate it, and we will see you in the next episode. Take it easy.